So when you get to a point of understanding, hey, this artist is talented, or my partner's talented. We're making music. We're trying to hit the people. So it's a you have to be in sync. You have to be in pocket. You have to be in tune. And it's just the thing of respecting the art. Like, it's like when you watch a movie. Like, for me, as an MC, like, a lot of people ask me what I do. To work on my MC, and I read and I watch movies. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. To watch a movie, and when you watch a movie and you could go, okay, name a movie you like. Name a movie you love, actually.
Okay, an old one. It Happened One Night.
Who stars in that?
That's Clark Gable.
Clark Gable. Now, to look at Clark Gable interact with a supporting cast to put together a body of work that was time perfect, delivered perfect, and given to you as perfect as humanly possible is amazing. It's amazing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I watch Usual Suspects, let's say, and a person might be watching Usual Suspect and watching the movie and the plot, which I'm watching also, but I'm watching how Baldwin and Gabriel Byrne and Kevin Spacey are interacting with each other on time and putting themselves in a position where they have to go. It's on time. Like, I watched Reservoir Dogs the other day, and besides the movie, it's just of Harvey Keitel and Mike Madsen, giving off a certain thing. Or, you understand what I'm saying? For the actors to intertwine, it's the timing and the interplay of two talented people coming together for a common goal is amazing. Yeah. It's amazing. If you could capture it, it's amazing. Yeah. Even a feature, even if it's not an in and out feature. Like, say you make a feature and it hits home. It hits home with a person. Like, you're not hanging with that artist. You're not with that artist. Their life is totally different from yours. But if you could bring the energy to collide and humble yourself enough to go, hey, I know I'm working with Talib Kweli, Pharoah Monch, Rick Ross, Beans, whoever. I have to bring myself into this element, into this world to make it make sense. It takes a lot, like, you know what I'm saying? I think people, when something's beautiful to you and you hear it and things, you take advantage of what's special. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's amazing to fucking look at the TV and how the fuck did they get everything digitally to form together and the words to come, the picture, color, and everything. When you start thinking of how difficult simple things are, you have a respect for any art, not just music, but for any art tenfold than you originally would have. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. You mentioned Pharoah a second ago, and I wanted to ask you, about, you've worked with a lot, not just once or twice, with two of the real pioneers in this, multi-syllable rhyming thing. I'm talking about Pharoah and Kool G Rap. Yeah. What did you, from both of them, what, if anything, did you learn from them, and what, if anything, do you feel you taught them?
I would say the same thing is what I taught is what I learned, energy. Any MC you work with who's an MC, you taught and you teach them energy, and they teach you and you learn from them energy. Like, you understand what I'm saying? You try to figure their zone or picture their zone to fit into it, to make it sound complete. Like, you know what I mean? For Kool G Rap, I actually feel Kool G Rap is the forefather of what I do. Personally, for me, like, if rap was kung fu or college or something of that nature, I would have to say, I study Kool G Rap.
Why him in particular?
I think his delivery. I think his delivery, his wordplay, his genre. I think he was, me personally, I feel he's the godfather, forefather of hardcore rap, and for what I do. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Road to the Riches, I understood Road to the Riches from every aspect, from as a inspiring MC, how it was a masterpiece. I understood Road to Riches as a kid that grew up in the hood and understood that, you know, crack just hit.
Yeah.
And shit was different. I understood as a kid that seen Scarface or knew that, you know, that young people in the hood were influenced by mob figures. Like, you know what I mean? It's a lot in there. Like, a lot of people don't understand how everything is so tied together. Is why we're not so different. Like, you know what I'm saying? The average person, even a genre of gangster rap, they wouldn't understand that every gangster rap, I don't care who you say, I don't care if he wants to admit it or he doesn't want to admit it, is infatuated somewhat with gangster movies, hardcore flicks, real life gangsters, rebels, James Dean types.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just something about that that just strikes. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whether it be Godfather, like I love Wanderers, I love Warriors, I love Godfather, I love Boondock Saints. It's just certain things they do in Denver while you're dead. It's just certain things that make up that category and fill in for a gangster rap. Like, who'd you rap prefer to John Gotti?
Right.
Be like John Gotti, drive a Maserati. So this was implanted in his mind, which he's showing you is implanted in the hood's mind. Like, you know what I'm saying? So most people didn't even get, okay, the same person that I'm scared of is trying to emulate somebody that I would eat next to.
You're a different kind of writer as well. Obviously, recently you started writing fiction.
Yeah.
What's the difference to you in writing fiction and writing rhymes? Do they like express different parts of your personality, fill different needs, enable you to tell
fiction,
different kinds of stories? Like,
rhyme is second nature to me. You know what I mean? It's like talking practically to me. Writing fiction is using your imagination, but having to be sharp with it. You know, with rhyming, it's more natural for me. You could play the beat, and I have a sense. Really, like, it's like the beat's talking to me, and I'm just saying what the beat's saying to me or making me think. Like, when you hear a beat, the beat's actually making you think. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you create to a beat is what a lot of... I try to explain that to someone the other day. I said, see, when I put on a certain beat and the beat comes on or whatever, I'm creating a rhyme, but it's actually the beat that's making me think of the rhyme. Like, it's either hitting a chord in me to say, hey, I'm going to say some hard shit, I'm going to say some deep shit, I'm going to say some fly shit, flashy shit, meaningful shit, I'm going to teach, I'm going to use this sentence to say, and I'm going to use these words, I'm going to use these rhythms. So I'm just kind of really expressing on what the beat is making me think or how it's making me feel. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think at the end of the day, it's just... I love the rhyme, you know what I mean? But writing a fiction novel is fucking hard. You gotta remember what you said on page 107, what you said on page 2, on page 57. It brings me back to my school days. Like, you understand what I'm saying? It brings me back in a position of feeling like a student, feeling like a worker, feeling like I have to accomplish a goal that I'm, you know... It's fun for me when I accomplish it, when I get to the finish line, but the process isn't as fun as emceeing. Like,
sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
So it's difficult. It's like and for me it's difficult because I use so many. You know, I went to high school. Obviously, I did a semester at community college. I went to Tift County Jail. Then I got into rap. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's how my life went. So when to stop and say I want to write a book, for me just to even take the time to even write it and overcome, I don't even remember how to fucking, what a period goes, a question mark, punctuation mark, commas, and then I have to put myself back in mode of remembering, oh, well, you know how to read. You know where a sentence is, you know, like, you know, just to put yourself back in thinking mode. And it was difficult, and it's difficult now for me as I work on the second one,
book, right?
Because it's not simple. When something's second nature to you, that's like if I was a basketball player and I was a good dunker, but I had to form a jump shot and I wasn't a natural jump shooter. It's difficult working on the jumper, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I enjoy it because I feel it brings me back to the intelligence that made me an MC in the first place.
Yeah.
Because some MCs MC and some MCs know they're intelligent. Like some MCs know I'm fucking way smart than fucking 95% of the world or 90%. A few motherfuckers is gonna get this. A few motherfuckers is gonna go way over their head. And like I know some of the shit I say, some people don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Well, what's something you might put in that category that you said that you feel like people wouldn't get?
Like the new song I Know.
Yeah.
They're gonna hear hard, but they're not gonna hear the angle I'm coming from. They just hearing something hard. They're not hearing, and I'm telling you, I'm experienced. I know this. This is what I see. This is what I like. I'm telling you something, but I'm not gonna tell you all I know. Then they don't know that a man who knows something knows he knows nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? So many different angles and aspects of where people take you from. Like, for one, that people are just always look at me as a gangster rapper. And they won't ever take time to figure out, hey, the guy had to be fucking somewhat smart or somewhat of a nerd. Like, they never thought that a gangster rapper was a nerd. But most likely he was.
And you're spending your day around words.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
most likely, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's funny in a sense, but you understand. Like, you understand that everybody's not meant to understand. It's like some people are going to be styles, you're fucking hard. You're hard. And then some people will come to me and just go, yo, that Jew was deep. Or those was deep Jews, or that was intellectual. Like, some people don't get the intellectual side at all. Like, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And some people don't feel the gangster side at all. They just hear what strikes a chord in them, what strikes a match in them.
Going back to what you're saying about like characters and in movies and timing and all that stuff, I noticed in a lot of Lox records, or even if they're not official Lox records, ones where the three of you are, it often starts with Sheik and goes to you and ends with Jada. What is it about that order, you think?
I think Sheik's the most electrifying out of us, the most energetic, the most, you know. I think I'm the fine line between both of us. Like, you know what I mean? And I think Kiss is the more melodic. The people, you know, receive his tone, his sound, his voice, his delivery a certain way. And I think I played a middleman.
Yeah.
You know?
That's interesting. So is that before I said it?
No,
did you ever realize that was
it happens sometimes. Actually, it's three different ways it goes.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's actually what you just said.
Yeah.
Or it's actually me, Kiss, then Sheik.
Oh, so you end with the super high.
Like, it depends on how the track's feeling. Like, you know what I'm saying? It depends on how the track's feeling and pretty much the angle
What's the third
of the
order?
track. The third one would be Kiss, Sheik, me. You'll notice that on some features with other people, if you notice. Like if you go back and study, it depends really on the beat and the mood and the tone of the song. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think we're like a kung fu style on which we complement each other's style,
Right.
but bring something different to the table.
Yeah.
But know how to blend it in with each other to make the listener feel at home.
Yeah, definitely. I wanted to kind of veer off on that tune Fastlane. You referenced one of my favorite records, the first Brand Nubian album. You know, All for One, like Brand Nubian. What did you think of that record at the time? Do you remember? And
All for One?
Yeah.
I love All for One. I still remember what I think of it to this day. I think that was one of the very few records where you get message, a happy song, delivery, and lyricism all in one. Mm-hmm. You know, it's hard to capture a moment like that in one song, all those elements.
Yeah.
And for the hip hop head, you know that's all you get when you hear that song. You get a lot of elements that make sense, and that's like, wow, like, you know what I'm saying? They gave you something educational. It was fun. It was melodic. It was serious, and it was jewels in it.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you beat that?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. That's incredible. And you've talked sometimes about how you feel you know, like you don't fit in the industry, like you're underrated, like you dislike the sort of stuff around